I go to the airport this morning. Now, I got a buddy pass. They don't even know that I'm coming down there. I show up. The woman logs my name in. And she says, you are cited for your bags to be searched. And I said, well, wait a minute, are they searching? I thought they were searching everybody's bag. So I said, I just seen these crackers just go right before my ass. And they ain't searching shit. And I said, I see a nigga over there, they ain't searching either. They was like, no, you are cited to be searched. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. How the fuck I'm cited to be searched? First of all, I didn't even pack nothing but some clothes. If I got your ass, I said, I ain't gonna pack nothing. I'm gonna put all my books in this little book bag here. I got my damn notes. I only brought the books just to show, that's just a showmanship thing and all, you know what I'm saying, for the scholarship. I don't even need them. So I put all the bags, I put all clothes up in the bag. So all of a sudden they say, you starting to be searching like goddamn. Then the woman looked and I said, when I asked questions, was you searching everybody? Then she stopped and she goes, no, the computer randomly picks people. I'm saying, so to be searched. I think so the computer can randomly pick an innocent person to be searched and a guilty motherfucker get on the plane. If you're going by random pick, that ain't searching nobody. But I was cited to be searched. I said, okay, then, I see what it is. We see who the real terrorist is. Because that's what they tell you in the movie Matrix. And they say Morpheus is the greatest terrorist known to man. And they say the real terrorist is black people. Because there's a whole other side of this thing that's going down. Because America is up under judgment. Now, I'm going to show you something here, too. Now, this is what America is. They caught between a rock and a hard place on this one. I'm going to show what I mean by that. Number one, they know that they can't make no moves, because every time they try to make some moves on some damn indigenous people, their ass come up short and end up dead. You see what I'm saying? End up dead. So they know they can't make no doggone moves on some indigenous people. But America done sold all these goddamn whoop tickets on how bad they are. And they know some of the baddest people in the world, but they can't tend to do all they Navy SEALs and shit. They can't tend to get no jobs done. Saddam Hussein is still alive, and all these people still going on. Well, we want to know when the big bad America gonna do some shit, because you ain't won shit since goddamn since you did some old Saving Private Ryan shit in some World War II. But you didn't win no Vietnam. Them goddamn goofs kicked you in the ass. But it's whoop ticket time now. But they gotta deliver something because America gonna. Goddamn, if you done blew up the building. And we've been crying for what's up. But ain't it funny that them black bastards, it'll be 3 weeks Tuesday. And them motherfuckers ain't did shit. Still talking about come get some goddamn Bin Laden. They ain't did shit yet. Because they caught between a rock and a hard place. Number one, they got to deliver. But they ain't gonna start no fucking war with no Afghanistan. First of all, Afghanistan was like, well, look, we done lost 1 million people in a goddamn war in 10 years. What the fuck we give a damn about going back to war? I won't model this die for our life. Now, you ain't dying for no VCRs and no coffee makers. Our mythology of what we worship is a little off. You know what I'm saying? You ain't dying for no honey-baked ham. Yeah. You know, the motherfuckers ain't dying for all out. You know what I'm saying? You talking about dying for some square-toe shoes? You know what I'm saying? So they know, plus I'm going to tell you, America ain't stupid. America knows that if we got in a war in the 1960s and lost and there wasn't no black hole, there wasn't no 2000, there wasn't no millennium, how the hell you think we didn't win one then, we didn't win one in the last century, how the hell you think we gonna win one in the next century? Now number two, you gotta understand this particular part. Two things you gotta understand. Number one, we know the millennium was 2001. Because 2000 was not the millennium. Right. That was the false millennium. Right. But we also know that the millennium based on African time doesn't start until July, when the summer solstice and when Sirius rises. So in so many words, we only 3 months or 2 months into the millennium. So this is the start of the millennium. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they hit the 1st of September. So the millennium just started. You see, so they come to the rock and the hard place so they know they can't win this shit. Meanwhile, they're saying, this shit ain't about that. Let's lock down America. Now, let me get into this one thing. You're going to go into the question and answer. So you can understand what's going on. Because the first thing happened when the nigga ran upstairs, he said, we need to find who did this and we need to kill him. And I said, damn, man, you don't never touch it. Goddamn, the building ain't even burnt down yet. I said, the second building ain't even down yet. You don't take the first thing you hear on TV. Goddamn, my goddamn grandmama knew that shit. Irene Shaw say, man, you don't believe that shit that you see on TV all the time. I mean, hell. So, the key here is, this is the mystery to this thing. The first thing he said was, well, you said he works for the United States government. Why would the beast take themselves out? And I'll explain something to you. The people who run the world in the United States government don't even live in America. They live in Europe. And see, people don't understand how they can sacrifice America. Number one, there ain't nothing but a few, about 300 white people in a goddamn room is running the whole world. See, we're not listening. We don't understand. We think America's all great. No, America is a goddamn decoy. It's a facade.
Yeah.
It's the land of slavery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Murder, genocide.
You see what I'm saying? So this is the key. They can lock down America and destroy America. Let me explain something about how Europeans think. Number one, America was an experiment to put together certain laws for people to, number one, think that they're governing themselves, and to put together certain laws to make a mass people live together under mind control and think that they're free. They tell you that America was a great experiment. The American experiment. Never been done before.
Yeah.
And here it is, going to live millions of damn years in history. All of a sudden, it's never been done before amongst Europeans. This is the greatest shit they ever had. But remember now, Europeans are from Europe. Meanwhile, they took America, made it an experiment. They saw what laws worked and what laws didn't work. The laws that didn't work, scratch that. The laws that did work, put a plus sign. And this experiment that went on for 230-something years, 225, 26 years, roughly 225 years, was checks and balances. They were only taking the experiment to find out how they can make a greater Europe.
Mm-hmm.
They sacrificed this land and eat up all the raw materials, but Europe said, no, we got Africa with all the raw material. Okay? That's why Europe never got out of Africa. Now, the key here is, they say, now we got an American experiment going on. We are using this country up in the West to find out how we can make a greater Europe. Okay? Now, meanwhile, we built a city in Africa that's unmatched that we can retreat back and forth from because that's the motherland. So Europe is considered, Africa is considered a form of Europe. You see what I'm saying? That's why they named the countries down near the Mediterranean, Greece, Rome, all of they call that Europe. See what I'm saying? They call that Europe. You see what I'm saying? They say down there you can walk from goddamn Morocco on into Spain.
That's right.
So Africa is closer to Europe than it is America. Meanwhile, America's this place way off in the West. And they said, we're going to use this thing to sacrifice now. Let's go on. They said, we'll sacrifice now. There's one thing about Europeans. Europeans have fought wars to this day. And Bosnia was the last time them damn crackers stopped fighting, and that was the 1990s. Europe always fought against each other. But the Europeans always had one policy. They didn't consider themselves one aspect of a race. They said, we are Europeans, but we are French, we are Russians, we are Germans, we are Brits, we are Scots, we are Polacks. You see what I'm saying? We're Italians. You see what I'm saying? We're Nordic, Irish. We're Irish.
Right.
We are Nordic motherfucking Iceland motherfuckers and Switzerland. They say it never makes their bloodline. you stay with Russia, Germany, you stay with Germany, they never mix their bloodline. But over here in America, if you white, you just fuck everything. So to white people, they say those are the impure motherfuckers over
That's
there.
right.
They
Over
don't
here.
know what they made up of. So they say those are the ones to be sacrificed. We make them, we fatten them up, and they live like royalty for goddamn 225 years and shit. And all we get our shit together, and that will be the first of all, we can let them intermingle with each other because them
That's
were
right.
goddamn criminals in the first place. And then when they had the damn great immigration shit, or the migration of the migrants, the immigrants, people didn't understand. The immigrants wasn't no royalties in Europe. There was all kind of goddamn people with no shoes on and all kind of nasty ass people that came over here and shit. So it's a great experiment going on. Y'all get me? They don't intermix over there. So they say that's just a blob. Then they say, well, that shit all fucked up. Now give that shit to the Mexicans.
That's right. Everybody's letting them in
back
there.
in. Then they let the Mexicans back in, and then George Bush said, we got to make a pass to get the Mexicans so they can work. Now wait a minute, hold on now. I'm actually seeing you breaking your own laws. Now you say that you call the Mexicans illegal aliens. Right? That means he is breaking the United States laws. Now I can walk down the street and steal a cookie and get thrown under the jail, but here come a goddamn motherfucking goddamn wetback come up in this bitch.
Yeah.
Break laws now. Take jobs from people, and you say, no, we're gonna let this motherfucker go and give him a pass. You see what I'm saying? Now we know the reason why they gotta do it. They say because in order to even shut this shit down, if we're gonna maintain America, the Mexicans are the only motherfuckers that can work this shit. And all, you know what I'm saying? Because anyway, if you put a bunch of niggas in some damn, put them back some bedspreads, put some mayonnaise on some burger, you're gonna have some goddamn problems. Because black people's psyche just can't deal with that shit no more. You know what I'm saying, that shit? We be first motherfucker that walk off a damn job. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, you know, so they say, wait, these motherfuckers are unreliable. So your psyche says, well, if they can come and they can keep you happy and shit, might give you a drink or two or some shit, you might be all right. But as soon as your ass get the goddamn ass up in there and get that disposition going, you're gonna say, wait a minute, this is goddamn $2.75. Fuck you. So the only person that can get to do this kind of bullshit is some motherfucker with no shoes on, El Segundo.
That's right, black man.
So they know that the only people, plus they done killed off a damn near 10 million black people since 1990. And they know that the only goddamn people that they can work this damn shit is them, and they gotta give them doggone passes just to be the menial labor. Meanwhile, they wouldn't have left the Mexicans in the goddamn country if the country wasn't already through. They hate the goddamn Mexicans. Now all of a sudden they don't hate the damn Mexicans. Ever since I was goddamn living there, they hated the Mexicans. All of a sudden Ricky Martin, whoever these motherfuckers is, and Jennifer Lopez, and Selma Hayek, Alpha De La Hoya, and all these motherfuckers are now all of a sudden they're heroes. Got their own award show. They say, fuck a damn BET, that old bullshit ass, man. We got two legitimate channels. We don't have to show no videos with some cartoon people on it. We got two legitimate channels that work. That means our shit don't go. You know how BET go off with commercials and always fuck up? It's been 10 years, nigga can't even run a goddamn control. He can't fake the black or nothing. You see what I'm saying? He can't fake the black and shit like that, no. And they don't have to have no goddamn infomercials and some old Christian shit on Sundays and all that old bullshit. That shit is around the clock. That shit up there with HBO, and they got two of them. But they letting the Latin American in because America is finished.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it don't mean for them. You saying, well, what? Y'all say, why the beast don't take us out? Because the beast don't live here. And yes, they can goddamn blow up the World Trade Center. Yeah. They can do all that kind of shit. You understand what I'm saying? They let you know they don't give a fuck about America. They let a bumbling idiot run that shit. When that damn nigga, when that shit blew up that night, that day, that first day, that nigga was like, somebody said, wait a minute. And we done let your ass get away from this shit for goddamn 6 months. Since we elected your ass in November, we done let your ass get away from this shit for 6 months. Now the country in crisis. Motherfucker, you gonna have to speak What they do, they go in there and they switch that clone up on it. And that motherfucker did that stated, that Congress speech, and that motherfucker shit was impeccable. That nigga went for 6 months, and 6 months, there's 6 months they couldn't cut on a camera with him not fucking up at least twice.
That's right.
That nigga, that State of the Union address, that shit he spoke, that motherfucker shit was impeccable. His shit was so impeccable, he looked at his Bible and said, I got these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I said, wait a minute. This motherfucker sound better than Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton. This motherfucker here talking his ass. This is some goddamn Pat Sajak shit. I said, wait a minute now. About a week ago, that nigga couldn't run his feet.
Yeah, they
Then I said, wait a minute, man. Giuliani got on there. We racist back. Giuliani got on there. And I said, that motherfucker, that sounding good. Giuliani got on there, and black people was like, we gotta like that motherfucker now. He got on there and was handling shit. Because he running for mayor again. Gonna break the laws. All of a sudden, the law, we want a mayor again. See, white people, like they tell you, like Haki Matabuti said, laws are only made for niggas to follow. White people change their laws every goddamn day. Because they have the power to define. So here, this nigga here, man, he get up there and he can't do shit. Yeah, when that motherfucker got on it, when he got on that shit, when he got on that thing and was doing that damn stage shit, that motherfucker shit was impeccable. I said, man, they done switched the clone up in that shit. This motherfucker here is the clone with the best speech. They said, bring out the clone with the best speech. Put Bill Clinton voice up in that motherfucker. Put Reagan up in that shit. Put goddamn Johnny Carson up in that shit. You see what I'm saying? And that motherfucker came out there and rocked the damn house. They said, no, but see, they said, no, that's mind control. They said, we gonna let that motherfucker sound like he can't handle shit for 6 months. 6, 7 months. Then the day of the crisis, he was all fucked up. And that night, you still saying, oh, we in trouble because that motherfucker can't handle. And that motherfucker came out there, and they said that motherfucker took charge. So that shit was mind control. Now the people going, the momentum is going, and everything going on, but you don't notice something. All of a sudden now, in the dog, I'm going to go into question and answer after this, but in the Oklahoma bombing, they grew up all kind of babies. And they ain't had no preachers and none of that kind of shit coming on to my God bless America, and let's pray, pray, pray. Now all of a sudden this shit, we can't even see the motherfuckers they killed. Because they ain't found none of those no live bodies other than 2 days after the shit. We don't even know how the hell they look. But yet they talking about pray, 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 and they doing all this bullshit and all because they know, and this God bless America, and they got everybody saying that that's a mantra because they know this shit is up for them because there's a whole nother side they ain't telling motherfuckers about it. They ain't telling, and then all of a sudden that's why I gotta sneak the fuck out of damn New York 3 o'clock in the morning and shit. I'm like, well, why y'all fucking with me then? I ain't no goddamn error. You know what I'm saying? I don't know no Bin Laden and shit like that, no.
Right.
You know, I shit, you know. I don't know nothing about no sand. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about no hummus, no couscous, or none of that shit. You know, all of a sudden, because they know that this is judgment. They know this was a millennium, they know it's a black hole, and they know it was judgment. But now on the other side, because there's some physical shit we need to deal with. Because there's some spiritual, we're going to deal with that tomorrow, but there's some physical shit. The laws is gone. These motherfuckers are saying now, that we'll do what the fuck we want to do. So when the Arab guy said, I got on the plane, and the motherfuckers said, you got to get the fuck off this plane because nobody don't want to ride on here with you. He said, what about our laws? I'm assuming I was born here. The people say the end justify the damn means. And so they saying we had a state of war, and when them motherfuckers say the state of war, that means all citizenship is suspended. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's suspended. You see, you ain't nothing but a subject. And that's what they were saying, but they kept saying that shit. When this thing is going down like this and all, the law can do what the fuck it want to do. And so right now, this shit is on lockdown. Now they said that the airfare, the airlines is running at 18%. They said if they don't get it up to 80% by October, the whole country gonna fall. Because, you know, the airlines go and shit like that, that's your whole travel system. Now, I'm going to tell you, they got 2 places, but they compete against each other in this country as the busiest. Hartsfield International Airport in Atlanta, and O'Hara in Chicago. And most of the time, the one in Atlanta beat them out because they got a lot more flights in there. You got to really change in Atlanta and stuff. They got a lot more international stuff that they don't have in Chicago. But the key here is my brother got a little boy, and my oldest brother got 3 girls. They came over to the house, and they never rode the subway before. So he said, let's get on the subway and let's ride out to the airport just to put the girls on the subway so they could ride the subway. They got on the train and they went out to the damn airport last Saturday, and the airport was deserted. And this is the business in the country. And I went in there this morning and that shit was deserted. I'm trying to say they can't. They said they done laid off 100,000 workers, and Delta laid off 12,000 themselves on Thursday. So what I'm trying to say is that they purposely trying to bankrupt the damn country. They saying that not only that, they saying they got hundreds or at least thousands of businesses that's affected just off that World Trade Center bombing shit. You see what I'm saying? Any commercial flights, and in so many words, they gave them authorization to put this shit under martial law. Because of martial law. So let's go into a question and answer, because I'm trying to say this one thing also, too. Now, there's 2 things happened. When this thing went down, all the dead niggas was hurt. Crying and flags and shit falling off their ass and stuff. All the dead niggas were hurt. But although we know that there was black people being sacrificed in that building, most of the conscious people like, look, this is casualties of war. Hell, we dying any goddamn way. And most black people, man, it was almost like a spiritual high. It was pumped up with the shit. Because they know that we've been struggling with this shit when all the dead motherfuckers like, you talking to those black people, that shit crazy. Nah, what you talking about? The white motherfuckers was damn crying the blues. But we knew that this was a doggone break in the matrix.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That was a doorway opening and stuff. Now, do you know that them towers are seen in the Tarot system as the towers? And they call the towers of destruction, and they got a lightning bolt striking them? Now, it's interesting here because I want to show you something. Something happened. Got this book by Stefan Paulius, P-A-U-L-U-S, Nostradamus 1999. And I don't know why I got stuck with the book, because sometimes I trade in books. Every time I trade it in, they go, they got the 1999 on it. We don't want that shit. And the book keep going back on my goddamn shelf. I said, but it's still Nostradamus. And every time I try to trade the book in, they say, that book got 1999 on it, it's 2000, we don't want it. And I tried to trade it in 3 times, and I think the Spirit was trying to send the shit back. Everything that went down the last month, last 2 weeks, is in this book by Stefan Paulius, 1999, and this is what it says here. At this very moment, a huge comet will soon be visible by the naked eye, because he's writing this right at the time of the Hale-Bopp comet, the Hale-Bopp comet and stuff. And it says, if Nostradamus predicts that the prediction is true, that the end of the world will pass through the tail of the comet in 1999, could the king of terror, prophesied over 400 years ago, be potentially a lethal minotaur hidden in the tail of the comet? Then he says, excuse me, I'm talking media. Now check this out, lethal media, but he also goes into this thing here. He goes into this thing and says this. He says, Paulius is the only author to explore the links between the prophecies in battle-by-battle vision of World War III and connects Nostradamus' prophecies with the Islamic and end-time prophecies. And he goes into this thing. Paulius offers a startling, credible interpretation of these prophecies in light of today's headlines: failing health of the earth, the rise of Islamic fundamentalism. You see what I'm saying? Now, Islamic fundamentalism, and he goes in to talk about, they got a whole thing, chapter on the rise of the Islamic State and the whole Mahdi thing. And I'm like, damn. He's dropping all this, and he talking about the whole great king of terror. You see, 1999, great king of terror will rise. And they call it the man with the blue turban. Now, there's 2 things going on, because on the spiritual aspect, the man with the blue turban is called the Blue Star Sirius, which also is a form of the Islamic Mahdi, which is also Horus. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to go into some spiritual aspects of that particular part. But my point here is, it's almost like this thing is almost a prediction on what was actually going down. Now, that's one side of it as far as them setting this shit up. The other side of it is that when them motherfuckers was hiding, on the other hand, the drastic measure that they're taking is that there was something that went down that Tuesday that was spiritual, and they knew it was spiritual, and they're actually scared because they know that their time is up. And I say, because my point is, if you're trying to damn fight a world enemy, why lock down America when you're trying to fight Osama bin Laden? Well, it's terrorism. I say, well, goddamn. We went all through the 90s, we went all through the 80s and the 70s, and nobody never hit nothing. You get one incident, that's not, justification you to lock down the whole country. This shit falls in doggone, this thing falls in Atlanta, in New York, and next thing you know, Los Angeles, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, places all over the place, it's all on lockdown. They got people suffering in Florida more than the people in New York. So there's some stuff that's going on, but what I'm trying to say here is this shit is key now, because what this thing is saying is that this is the beginning of the end. There's a whole nother spiritual side also too. But on the other hand, on the spiritual aspect, the physical aspect is, you best believe that your laws are suspended. And that's what the white man said, they're going to let you do this thing. They're going to give you this foolishness to take your laws because our people and everybody, for one doggone reason or another, believe what comes on that damn TV set. You see what I'm saying? Believe what comes on that TV set. Some people say, well, there's black people that died in the building. I said, but look at your reaction. Y'all waving flags and we are, God bless America. Your reaction is you the same goddamn as this beast. Right. Mm-hmm. That's why the shark bit that damn nigga leg off down here. My brother told me, now look, now I done tried this shit. He said natural disasters and animals, they be attacking white folks. He said, but the first time ever we see a nigga getting fucked up by a natural animal, because what happened is they say, you love white people so much you take on their cause. Right. And as far as they can, as a man thinks, so is he. They look at niggas and shit, they say there's no different than their thought pattern as doggone white people. So if you start thinking on a white level, after a while your aura goes down to the same level as white people. And so black people is now, the race is Toms and Thomasinus. Negroes and negresses. You know what I'm saying? Fucking negress. Niggers and negresses. And niggerettes and niggolinas and shit. But Toms and Thomasinus. The race is Uncle Tom. From fucking Africa to the Caribbean to Alabama. No matter, Uncle Tom. See what I'm saying? So them damn animals say, fuck it, all them motherfuckers the same people. They say it won't be for the remnant left in the last days. The rest of them motherfuckers is niggas and negresses. You see, so let's go into some questions and what's that? Yeah.
Can you explain the sciences behind the rise in all of these big churches and all these ministers getting all this money?
Well, see, that's all a part of the whole thing also, too, because they can fight this war because they understand that they can fight this war because they can understand that that when they need these people, it's worked for us for years. When they need these people to get in line, it was the black preacher that did it. Didn't they have, the week before the bombing, they had, what's his name on Time Magazine? Yeah. Or Newsweek?
Black man?
T.D. Jakes.
I didn't see that.
He done made it the Newsweek and stuff, and they trying to say, who is this man? You see what I'm saying on this motherfucking nigga here?
Like we don't know it.
You know what I'm saying? Looking like Yogi the Bear. You know what I'm saying? You see, so that's all a part of the whole thing. Those are not preachers, those are government entities, all of them. All of them. You see what I'm saying?
Is T.D. Boulay, or do you know?
No, he's more than that. They say he's more advanced than that. He was a psychology major, and he's a clone and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up. See, the Boulay, remember this about groups like that. The Boulay, Skull and Bones, and all these groups, whenever you hear about them, they be done changing, going to another system that you don't know about. And when they give you the Boulay, it's already over.
See?
So it'd be something else. And you looking at the boule just be a regular little fraternal order. You see what I'm saying? You see, like that, that's how that thing goes. Give me some questions.
So with the where they doing they giving a lot of free money out now. You know, they said, I seen a headline yesterday, they went across the bottom, they said they were giving $18 billion to the air industry and the travel industry.
Yeah, now another thing too, see, they're doing all kind of crazy stuff. My thing is this here. They had that movie stars and shit came and raised $100 million. This for the so-called firefighters. This only one talking about the firefighters. Do you know the firefighters in this country? If the guy dies in the fire, if the fireman falls, the wife gets his salary for the rest of her life. Now wait a minute. This motherfucker now this woman getting paid this nigga salary for the rest of her life, and she ain't out in a goddamn a candle. She ain't out in the kitchen fire with no salt or nothing on the stove. But yet she getting this motherfucker salary for the rest of her life. But yet they gonna raise money for the firefighters. No fuckers ain't question that shit. Just like the blood thing. All motherfuckers, they ain't had no survivors. Motherfuckers done gave up blood and shit. Everybody.
I noticed something else too on TV when they was interviewing people after the things that failed. They was talking to two white people on the thing, and they was talking to them, and they asked them all the questions about the World Trade Center, and then they got to this black woman. Then after they got to asking her questions about the World Trade Center, they asked her if she was going to give blood. And I was like, why are you going to ask these two white people about the World Trade Center, and then all of a sudden you're going to ask this black woman if she's going to get blood?
Right.
I'm glad she gave the right answer. She got mad. She said, you want blood? Here's blood right here on my leg. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's Bill Moyer.
Yeah.
He was talking all this politically incorrect shit.
Yeah.
He said something, called the motherfuckers weak, called America weak or something like that, and they pulled every last one of his sponsors. And that motherfucker got on there and started crying, and I was like, oh, I'm a little teary-eyed.
Okay, so
The ABC allowed me to continue tonight, although I ain't got no sponsors, and I'm sorry. So yeah, your ass will be politically incorrect to pull that money. You should have went down saying, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
You got paid and shit. But them clones and stuff, what's that, brother?
Again, I want to come back to, it seems to me like it's a hard shift going on the physical plane, notwithstanding the physical, the spiritual, right?
Right.
That's why I'm thinking that it's in-house, and they done went for the lockdown. But where is this shift headed, do you think? Or can you see what I'm saying?
You gonna, as far as where we're going to be in the physical?
Yeah, with this shift that done occurred here.
Like, for instance, let me say this. All right, in November, as you know, all the paper,
What is it? The paper money,
Currency?
Euro?
No, the money, you know what I'm talking about. The money that you buy out here on the street, half price. What is it? Food stamps. Right.
Yeah.
You ain't going to use none of them in November.
Right, yeah.
All right, around here anyway. So
Right.
it looks like they're going to shut the economy down, in that regard. And then on the street, all the illegal substances have been shut down. Literally, it's coming in real slow.
Right.
So a whole economy has been choked off.
Yeah.
So it appears like another economy, that's why I'm saying it's a ship is being put into place.
Yeah, but I think I think the other economy is basically straight up dictatorship.
Dick in the ass, no grease.
Right. No Vaseline.
Cause you can see it out here at nighttime in Indianapolis.
And so
Police
many
got
words,
everybody up against the wall.
and you see what I'm saying? So my point here is that you can expect the worst. The ship is going to be total lockdown. And the only thing they can do, because they're dealing with mind control, the only thing they can do is holler terrorism enough. Now look for something major to happen within the next 2 months.
The winter soldier.
There's something major getting ready to happen. It might even be before Christmas. There's going to be something major. I don't know what it is. But look for something major on the level to it's just going to just basically blow these crackers' minds to the point they're just going to say, well, lock us down. Just as long as I got a guard outside my house.
Right.
Because that's what you do. Like I said, if a person has been living on luxury so long, until the fear of not having that luxury or that luxury being in jeopardy, they will say, lock me down. Remember now, they already get the lockdown because they're doing this shit. They started doing this thing this summer. They're coming out with 400 damn channels on the TV, and these satellite dishes, they give them motherfuckers these satellite dishes, and you can get these damn satellite dishes, so many months for free. You don't even have to even pay until March. Get 2 of these bastards. You know what I'm saying? And they give me that thing because they want to get you on that cable, so when they lock you down, your world will be inside your house.
It's about to do the switch on the TV too. All the TVs have to convert to the digital TV.
Well, all of that stuff. So what it is, I said, damn, look at all this thing, you know, and so even the cars now, they saying, man, you can get shit, man, you can have goddamn no credit, zero credit or whatever. They're getting these automobiles and stuff because they got to have you traveling to and fro. They can't have a mass hangout. So they got that cable shit going on them damn channels and stuff like that. They'll lock you in. So you just don't go crazy up in the house. You just be, in order for you can't travel to these exotic places because number one, they're going to suspend you traveling.
Right.
So anyway, they said, we'll bring the motherfucking vacation to you. It's like the total recall shit. Recall. So the total recall is this digital thing. And now they say, man, you can get cable, man. You can get cable. They come and install that shit for free. That's because they're doing the whole lockdown. They're trying to see how far they can go. And they will do it. Because remember now, they done got the euro dollar in Europe. It ain't about America. It's about Europe. They worked on Europe for the last 50 years. They said the last little piece they had to get was Bosnia, to get their ass right, and this Chechnya and all that shit. And they went to war and they got the motherfuckers right. And now they say Europe now can be united with the euro dollar, all the raw materials coming from Africa, and the retreat thing, the retreat thing will be Africa or whatever, but we don't need America no more. So they say what? Total slavery for America. So, total slavery for America. Plus they understand, well, they understand prophecy. We'll get into some of this also tomorrow. They understand prophecy that the damn messianic shit is going to rise up out of America. They done bombed us into the damn Stone Ages, and they done locked us all up. But they didn't lock up 14 million black people, black men, in the last 10 years for nothing. They know that this shit is coming out of here. And as far as they're concerned, they said, we'd rather lock this shit down than to let this Masonic thing come out here because they know that, and whether they like this shit or not, always let it be known. And you see all that Arab shit, this thing is still about the rise of black people in America, or that few remnant that's supposed to take over the universe. Now don't let nobody know bones about this. Ain't about no economics. It ain't about none of that shit. It's about the messianic rise of Maya. The reestablishment of a new extraterrestrial government on the planet. Which ain't no motherfucker coming from no space with no green eyes. It's the people that already came here a million years ago. That's here in America, they talking about us. So they would rather lock this shit down because they have pinpointed the Messiah race and the Messianic people. And they can let you see all the Arab shit all the hell you want. It ain't coming from the East, it's in the West. The Son of Man. So that's what this shit is all really about. And they would rather lock this motherfucker down because they got Europe. And they got the euro dollar. You see what I'm saying? They got them, they done killed Diana ass. They got the little Prince Philip. Two little handsome little motherfucking boys that they can gloat over that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? They got that shit going on. You see, and that's all they worried about. What's that?
This all be like a there's like a gate right now that's opening on like the black lady speaking of, and it's like a ritual.
The psychics, the ones that I deal with on a high level, said that the day that the damn World Trade Center was hit, they say behind the World Trade Center was a big black hole. Now it's interesting here because the tarot system, they talk about the lightning hitting these two towers. And it's coming from this other dimension, and the towers represent this destruction. So it's some stuff that's going on that level. Yes, it's something on a higher cosmic level. It's an intergalactic warfare that's going down. And that's why they will lock you down and go through my bags and shit and search all my clothes than to really go and start some war with some people. And that's why they keep saying we can't get into a war with nobody. We got to deal with the terrorists themselves. Well, how can you deal with terrorism? A motherfucker, you don't know who it is. So that right there means that that's like dealing with a lottery ticket. Nothing.
Right.
Because they already said, well, if you give Bin Laden, we got 100,000 more that's ready to come. So how do you deal with individuals? We got to send a strong message. Well, how you going to send a strong message when the motherfucker is not even on your mindset?
Hey, Bobby, but he asked too about the gate. Does this actually represent a gate being open?
That's what the gate is the black hole.
Right.
Can we use it?
Yes, you can use it and stuff, but you can use it, but it's inside of you. It is you. It is you. You see what I'm saying? And we don't need the masses of black people. We only need the ones that was trained to be a part of it. The masses is waiting on, you see, they take a few select to get them souls, the ones who got souls in order. You see what I'm saying? So it's very key. It's very key on how this thing is going down. You know, how it's going down. Give me some questions. How much time you got?
We about ready to shut up in about another 2 minutes.
Any more questions?
Does Red Cross have anything to do with the Rosicrucians? As in Red Cross?
Well, that's interesting. Because it might, but I know it's damn sure got something to do with the whole blood thing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And what is this thing with this blood thing when the damn people been dead? You know what I'm saying?
And that Red Cross, you know, but a swastika with the two other, with the four other angles on it.
Well, it was one of their symbols. You know what I'm saying?
You see,
With the
but my
red
point is why all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden you got to give blood from all over. You got motherfuckers in North Dakota giving blood. When the people been dead. Like I said, the sister that was a nurse, they sent them home, they said, we ain't finding no bodies. They said they found more bodies in the first day. And the second day, they ain't found no more bodies after the third day. Even Juliana came on the news and said, we can just pretty much give up on trying to find somebody alive now. They worrying about the goddamn raw material they're getting up under the tin and the steel and all that shit now, the bodies.
All the distractions.
You see what I'm saying? And you know they got one cat and he's like the best, he's like the person that goes down in the deep crevices of the earth and the different things, like he's like the best in the world to get into the deep part to find stuff. They had this cracker go down up under the damn World Trade Center. He was in the fucking kitchen that was caved in. He was like, he took some liquor bottles and he was like, because he said at first, he thought, don't worry, we're going to find somebody. Because he goes, this white boy goes, and they work all the earthquakes around the world. He said, oh, don't worry, we're going to go deep down. This cracker was down in the kitchen. He said, we in the bar. That motherfucker came back up saying, we ain't going to find no bodies. He said, I done been deep down that motherfucker. I'm telling you, ain't nobody living up in that shit. They dead. And this cracker said, when he gave up on it, that was it. But yet everybody giving blood and all this kind of crazy stuff here. But you notice how this America is so distraught by this damn shit. When you best believe this shit is going to come down soon. When they hit this, because America can't take 2 bombardments. This second one's going to hit right after. It's going to put America into despair, and they're going to say, lock down the goddamn country. Now remember now, they just started running this thing again, and they already searching all my clothes this morning. And they saying that the military and all them ain't even there yet. They say they're going to have, in 2 weeks, it's going to be mostly military people and all kind of federal people searching your shit.
Right.
That's how the movie The Siege is #1 movie selling.
So that's why they're calling all the reserves and all that.
All this kind of stuff here and everybody on the left. Remember now, this is like I said, it's like a soap opera. First it was America Under Attack.
Right.
Then they went, then part 2, America on Alert.
Yeah.
It was on America Under Attack.
Fight back.
Then it's America Under Alert. Then they got America in Mourning.
Yeah.
So they all said, wait a minute, this shit here ain't going on like a soap opera. Now it's America on Alert. So they telling the motherfucker what state of mind to be in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
So, because they call it alert and stuff, then you go to the airport and they tell you, see, you got them holy drawers up in this goddamn suitcase. You like, don't worry about it. I'll take the embarrassment because America under alert. I got to do my part. Although you show my goddamn holy drawers to all these people in this airport. You see what I'm saying? Some say, pack your underwear in your brown bag. Because they know if they clean. You don't want a motherfucker looking at your underwear.
Yeah.
Say, pack your underwear in your brown bag. So they're going to go through all your shit and show this morning. They was holding my shit up like this.
Damn.
and it wasn't like a little private room. Here go the people standing in line, getting their tickets and shit. shit, and here go a table right here, and here go a motherfucker just holding up my shit like this. I said, goddamn, good thing I got my drawers up in this motherfucker right here and shit. You know what I'm saying? Showing shit like that. I said, suppose a nigga bust up in here with some big skid marks up in here. You can hold your shit up. You got skid marks up in your shit. But see, they're saying we don't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? And I was looking at this motherfucker, he's holding my shit up, my pants up, my sweater, and shit like that, and all, you know, he said, motherfucker, he done brought his iron and shit. Just holding stuff all up and all. I said, damn. And I said, you know, this is degrading in the aspect. I said, I'm looking, because I'm in a case study. So I'm in here trying to see as far these motherfuckers can go. But I'm saying there's other people, they'll put them through humiliation, and they'll go, it's for the best. They ain't for no damn best. They don't Arab study you motherfuckers over here. You see what I'm saying? Only there's been a lot of shit that they done made up and stuff. Half the Americans can't even get out of their own damn country. Motherfuckers can't go to next door in Palestine. You think they're going to come all of a sudden? Like I said, they done caught enough niggas for a football team, enough Arabs in the last damn 2 weeks. Two football teams worth of Arabs and stuff. But when the shit hit, they was the smartest people in the world, they say. And even goddamn, and you saw your boy, Palestinian Liberation, Arafat. He said, unbelievable. Even the damn top terrorists was like, unbelievable. Bin Laden was like, man, we ain't got no kind of technology to do no shit like that. All the damn so-called terrorists was like, we got little car bombs and little shit like that and all. You know, motherfucker detonate and blowing off their legs. We talking about this, going in the building, they were like, that shit ain't us. Now all of a sudden, this shit the most advanced strike in the world. America ain't had no terrorism, but they got the greatest terrorism act all over. America got to do everybody in. Paris, France, and all them France, and Italy been having bombs and shit all during the 80s. America, they got to do better than everybody. They got to run out a whole goddamn World Trade Center. Now check this shit out. They got to blow this whole thing down, and nobody knows nothing. These people so advanced, but then the day after that, they're the biggest idiots in the world. I still believe that bullshit. Biggest idiots in the world. They done got the whole football field full of people, and that ain't included. But this is the key. They say they could detain your ass, and it's not against the law to detain you if you suspect. That means what makes you a goddamn suspect. So I knew when I was going to that airport, they was going to detain my shit and what shit I was going to do. But they was going to try to take a nigga out. But my shit is a little more spiritual than that. Even when they roll up at my house, they couldn't even see me. So I don't really worry about stuff like that, no. You know what I'm saying? Worry about stuff like that, no. You say what you got to do and don't. The key here is when they take, because they give us against the law to talk any shit against the government once they declare war. Yeah. Farrakhan, when they declared war in the Gulf War, Farrakhan was supposed to go to Boston and do a speech. They couldn't come. They passed out flyers saying it was against the law. I'm like, well, you know Farrakhan, I said, first of all, your ass working for them. Because the Spirit says, in order for you to survive, you got to turn up the goddamn heat when they come against you. And that's how the sports is blocked for you. You can't pump down so that means you in their coma. So you are allowing them to be that way. Is this thing still on?
Yeah, it's still rolling. It's about to stop, though. It's flashing. So
you see, terrorism is the only damn way. How can you fight a big regime like this?
Right.
That's got dominance over the whole world.
Right.
The only way to do it is to strap a bomb on your motherfucking ass. You see what I'm saying? And they call that evil. I'm like, the gall. They're damn American to call something evil.
Mouth, hands, dripping.
Just evil. Yep. Oh, so now you in the moralism now. You call them motherfuckers evil. You the evil empire. You're calling goddamn one or two people evil. You see.
How you gonna be innocent and somebody gonna attack you and they hate you so much? Well, you know,
that's the mystery. America ain't never at fault.
Yep. Somebody's gonna attack you for nothing.
Yeah, ain't never at fault. You bomb. We sit over there and watch them bomb. Right in the Stone Age, innocent women and babies and children. Because we can still say, well, you know, we are just and humane people. Even if Saddam Hussein was the enemy, those people shouldn't suffer. Because he's a dictator. I thought that the whole key was to free people from dictatorship. So how the hell are you going to kill the goddamn people that's getting dictated upon? If you're supposed to be about democracy, why are you going to kill the goddamn people in the democracy if the democracy is suppressed? After you kill them all off and shit, the dictator wins. But no, they bombed them people into the Stone Ages, and they was killing them people in 98, 99. Even that old bastard, when he first got in office, they said, now go ahead and drop a bomb on even Bush, back in February. Go drop a bomb on Iraq. And nobody never questioned us. Oh, innocent children, innocent people was in the World Trade Center. Well, what about all the innocent people that they dropping bombs on every day? Right. Babies and shit. You know what I'm saying? But America ain't never in the wrong. Ain't that something? Yeah. And we know goddamn well that America's in the wrong every day. When it come to us, we being policed upon.
Yeah. They won, bro.
Not only that, you got to understand also too. Is it still on?
Yep.
Get this on tape. New York was under judgment for Amadou Diallo.
All right.
Nobody didn't think about that.
Right. I get it.
And some of them niggas died in the building because niggas let him go on the jury too. So we suffer the common of white people. They killed that motherfucker shot him 45 times in New York. 41 times in New York. And they let him off in the same damn city. They judged their ass. Because that's how this shit goes. You can't do that shit. But from the judgment, they let this boy go. They still ain't learned some shit. They let the man go in doggone Cincinnati. But they was from the judgment of Amadou Diallo.
That's why
One person, that's that one David bringing down a big time Goliath. And so what if it was black people in the building? Black people, that's a casualty of war. Because them niggas sat right on that goddamn jury and let him go. And it was a nigga cop up in there when they was doing the shooting, wasn't it?
I'm sure. No, 5 white boys. They all. You see 5 white boys, the niggas have covered up.
That's why I was putting out all the blacks waving the flags in New York, forgot about Giuliani's position when Diallo got killed.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you about the prospect for our people. What should they look forward to as far as food, water, medical care the next couple of months?
I'm going to be honest with you. I believe whatever you prepare for, I believe, be honest with you, I believe whatever you prepare for, you're going to run out. I believe now that it's up to a spiritual level. I believe now, to be honest with you, I know this shit works. And most people is dealing with the spiritual level, and you can.
And I got a letter in the mail that said it was $100 in March, and they gave me $12,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, run them houses up.
Let's go back to a question and answer. We're back home. Go back to a question and answer and stuff. This is the town meeting of this particular stuff that's going on. We'll be right in the crunch of things. Any questions?
I was thinking about your comment about the greater Europe and now, the American experiment and how they would basically use Africa as a material resource.
Right.
But ever since I know they let Nelson Mandela out of prison, that the AIDS, the HIV thing just took over South Africa.
Yeah, well, it's the whole continent, but and I raised that question the last time. Number one, how can you have AIDS being a non-discriminating disease, but yet no white people in South Africa is getting it, and blacks is getting it and all, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like Pete Gregory raised the question that all the 80s and the 70s, they had famine in Africa. Then when the AIDS come, ain't no famine. Ain't no famine nowhere. You know what I'm saying and all. So that's just, that too goes on to the same thing when it comes to this aspect of this millennium thing, where they back doing the Africans, but they're doing this type of thing with this building being bombed. Now back in I think the week of July the 26th, well, like from the 25th on into the 28th, Mount Etna erupted. Now, if you read any Greek mythology, Mount Etna is supposed to be the mountain that trapped the god Typhon. But in this particular thing, it's in Greek mythology, and Typhon is supposed to be in Mount Etna till the end of the world, and then Typhon is supposed to gain enough strength to rise up to retake the earth. Well, Typhon, it's feared as the villain in some mythology, but it's also a savior in some mythology. But that Mount Etna started erupting right on schedule during the millennium, right when Sirius was rising. And it was a big thing during July. So, which is very key. It's very key that this thing that happened with World Trade Center bombing, because the simple fact, he makes the great prediction, where it says in this particular book here, where it goes in 1999, 7 months from the sky will become a great king of terror, in which Mars rules. Afterwards, Mars rules heavy, and it will reestablish the kings of the Mongols. This is supposed to be the quatrain 70-something that is the great 1999, what this book is made off of, which is supposed to be the one that Nostradamus predicted, quatrain 72. The year 1999, 7 months from the sky, will become a great king of terror, reestablishing the great kings of the Mongols, and before and after Mars reigns happily. Well, he makes the part. Now, in this particular book that came out in 1996, he makes the argument. Well, it's not even an argument. He just reintroduces this particular aspect of 7 months from the sky. The word 7 in Egyptian is also the star Sirius. It's called Sept. But also the word 7 is also Sept in Latin. And you get the word September. So the great king of terror coming from the sky, September, he makes the argument that there was going to be an event that was supposed to happen in September. And he makes this argument in here, quatrain 72. Even if they said 1999, remember these dates are all off anyway. Even if Nostradamus would have saw something in the future, it could have very well been this particular time, because you really can't pinpoint things. But it's talking about this time that we're in right now. But he did get the 7 months from the sky. But the 7th month before they changed it was September. You see what I'm saying? Was September. Very, very, very key. But this thing happened with Mount Etna on the 7th month of the new change, which was July. So it's a lot of stuff. I mean, it is critical stuff. On the 16th of the month, which was interesting, because I announced this in New York, and it got swallowed over by the World Trade Center bombing. Now, they came on some papers and stuff, and they had it on the internet. They were supposed to have a perfect Star of David. Now, you know, the Star of David is older than the Hebrew thing and all. It just means 2 inverted pyramids, as above, so below. If you take a penis and look at it, if it's standing up, the head of the penis is a pyramid pointed up. But if you take a woman and close her pubic hairs, close her legs together, the pubic hairs forms of one that's pointing down. So you got 2 inverted pyramids, as above, so below. Also, as above, so below, you have 69, yin and yang. If you look at the yin and yang, that's also 69, but also in the sexual tantra, in the Kama Sutra, you know, you got the 69 going on, you know, on the sexual act, as above, so below. But in the perfect 6-pointed star was supposed to rise on September the 16th. And it's supposed to be on a great day of sexual energy and sexual copulation and consummation. But what happened was, that day hit, it was overshadowed because the 11th came in and they had to deal with this America under siege, America under alert, America on alert, America under attack. And so this whole spiritual day vortex that was supposed to occur to make the Star of David on the 16th was overshadowed. And it was interesting because I was in New York, and on the 8th, I told the people about this spiritual day. And it was so overshadowed, even I forgot about the damn day. with all the crazy stuff that was going on. You see what I'm saying? The crazy stuff that was going on. So it was very key. On the 16th and all, you see, which was what? From the 11th to that, was that 5 days later?
Yeah.
You see, 5 days later, this whole bullshit went down. Which was the 16th on a Saturday or let's see, the 11th was a Tuesday, count that up.
It was on a Sunday.
On a Sunday. It was overshadowed. You see, and there's some things that's happening. So there's all kind of stuff that's going on. Give me some questions.
Didn't they say Bin Laden was responsible for that embassy bombing in Africa also?
Yeah, but see, even that doesn't fit the temperament
Yeah, that's what I'm
of the Arabs. Now, the Arabs always do stuff with black people to get on white people's nerves. Because the Arabs, although they have been ruthless slave traders and all that kind of stuff here, they did some stuff like that and all, they still have a connection and a history along with black people in some form or fashion. You know, Muhammad's father was black. Now, we know based on past history, anytime they wanted to spite the white man, the Arabs, they let all the black soldiers go home during the Iran hostage takeover. To spite the white man, when the black soldier was caught down there in back in 1984, Jesse Jackson came, and they wasn't doing no negotiation with nobody, and Jesse Jackson came and got that brother out of there. They always have done some stuff that is characteristic with black people over here, because they would always say the black man ain't free. Now all of a sudden, they're going to bomb an embassy in Africa that they know that the Africans ain't got nothing to do with, and it's just not characteristic of the Arabs. Now the Arabs have their thing, but one thing they don't do is, why bomb an embassy in Africa when you got all of Europe that you can do the shit to? You understand what I'm saying? It's inconsistent that they could bomb the embassy in Saudi Arabia when they are complaining that Saudi Arabia is in the bed with the West. It's just inconsistent, and literally, if there was any place that the white man wanted to sacrifice, it seemed to me this is coming out of the white man's temperament, he would bomb the embassy in Kenya. Right out of the white man's mind. So you just look at the certain temperaments and stuff, and you know that that's some bullshit. They bombed the embassy in Kenya, blame it on Bin Laden, but see, why Kenya? Because the embassy in Kenya, how many goddamn niggas in Kenya? I mean, it's on a foreign diplomatic aspect of this thing. That lets you know that they put the one that was the least threatening when it comes to white people. They didn't bomb it in Paris, they didn't bomb it in Germany, they didn't bomb it in Italy, they didn't bomb it in Greece, they bombed that shit in Africa. We didn't even know they had a goddamn U.S. embassy in Africa. You see what I'm saying? So some things just don't make no sense, but the Arabs wouldn't do that.
You think the Israelis were possibly involved in the embassy bombing, the World Trade Center? I know about...
Well, they just said that they would announce today on USA Today that it was what?